Howdy y'all, Future Jeff here, and this week I'm up in Rochester, Michigan. For those of you who don't know, I am legally blind, have been for over 25 years, and this week I'm at Leader Dogs for the Blind for a 1-week orientation and mobility class, also known as white cane training. We are about to join past Jeff, and he's going to tell us about the experiences from this week. Good morning, everybody. So I am here in Rochester, Michigan this week at Leader Dogs for the Blind. I'm not here to do anything related to a guide dog this week. As I had mentioned previously, I found out that I was accepted into their week-long orientation and mobility training. So I'll get to that in just a minute, more of what that is. So I flew up here yesterday. Unfortunately, my flight was delayed about 2 hours, so by the time I got here, it was a little after dinner time, but they had saved a plate for me and the other person who was late flying in. So we got here and got our stuff to our rooms, and then went down to the dining hall, and they had our food ready for us, and a couple of the other clients who were here for the class this week were waiting around to meet with me, and so I had a nice dinner, and then sat with them in a lounge and visited for the next several hours, but got settled in my room here. So just wanted to show off what the private rooms here look like. So, just very simple, but nice and spacious. So I have the double bed back here, the area where you would take a guide dog to relieve itself. Chair, desk, and dresser. I did bring along my Apple TV 4K with me, so I got that set up. Got all my clothes put away in the dresser. I have a closet here where I have the rest of my stuff in there. Got my nightstand set up with my charger for my devices. And then got my winter coat and hat hung up here. And then private bathroom with shower. So yeah, pretty simple, but very nice. And if I were here to do training with a dog, they have the tether and have space for a dog to have their bed set up. So back to why I'm here. I was accepted into their orientation and mobility training. So white cane training. So I have been using a cane for traveling mostly. Getting through airports, and also when I go to more unfamiliar environments or places in the dark. When I'm up in the mountains and on uneven terrain with rocks and stuff like that, it's helpful. So I've been using a cane for somewhere around a decade now, but you can always get your skills better. So that's why I'm here, is to work with their instructors, see what feedback they have from me, what pointers. A lot of the skills with the white cane are transferable over to working with a dog. So that's why I just want to get my O&M skills as great as I can, so I can be set up for the most success if I do get approved to get a guide dog. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Today, like I said, is day one. I just woke up. It's about 6:30 Eastern time. We are meeting for breakfast at 7:30. So that's when I'll get to meet. Like I said, I've met 2 of the clients so far who are here this week. There are 2 other folks, so I'll get to meet them this morning. I was on the same flight yesterday with an instructor who came in from Texas, who I've met previously. So it was really cool to spend more time visiting with him at the airport yesterday, and then on our trip up here from the airport to the Leader Dogs facility. Two volunteers picked us up, super nice people. It's amazing all the support that organizations like Leader Dogs have from their volunteers. So thank you so much if you are a volunteer with Leader Dogs. But yeah, looking forward to meeting the other instructors, meeting my instructor for the week in particular. So yeah, we'll see what today has in store for us. So back here in my room now, just finished up with the first morning session. After breakfast, everybody met in one of the lounge areas. So the 5 clients who are here this week, and then the instructors. There are also some students from Western Michigan University who are here working on their practicum, and so they're doing some basically like student teaching type stuff under the observation of the Leader Dog for the Blind instructors, helping them get some experience, answer some of their questions as well. So yeah, we had introductions this morning. Then one of the Leader Dog instructors was going through, just giving us an orientation of the facility, letting us know what the layout of the building is, where we could go for different things. Then we broke off into little sessions, met with our instructor, and in my case, it was my instructor and one of these grad students, and went through kind of a questionnaire, kind of assessing skill levels, where we feel we are, where we feel we need assistance, what our home life environment is, our typical traveling, daily routines, all that kind of stuff. And so then we started working here in the corridors of the school, working on different techniques, and then ended up going outside the building and doing they have a test course, a big loop around a detention pond. So did that and got back in, wrapped up the morning session. And so now have a time just to kind of regroup, get ready, and meeting for lunch here in a few minutes. And then we'll, I believe, head off campus this afternoon for some off-site training. So yeah, just want to give you a little bit of an update, and I'll let you know how this afternoon goes. Just finished up the first full day here. Wrapped up with dinner a little while ago, and then visiting with a couple of my classmates. Think it was a productive day. I know, we all had different experiences. It's one of the things that's wonderful about this is the school and the instructors really take a lot of time to figure out what the needs are for each student, what challenges they have, what type of environment they're in on a daily basis, if you do traveling, and then they cater the training to that. So we didn't all go to the same places today. We didn't all do the same things. But this afternoon, the majority of us did. They took us on a bus to downtown Rochester, and we spent a couple hours walking around, doing street crossings in lower traffic neighborhood type areas, and then going over onto the busier boulevards and dealing with street crossings with like 5 lanes each direction, figuring out different traffic controls on the various intersections. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Temperature really wasn't bad today. It was, in the low 30s. But it was a nice sunny day for the most part. Got back here when we were done with that, and then I just hung out with some of the other students and Just did some walking around outside on some of the practice uh, sidewalk routes that they have here on campus. And then more visiting with a few of them in a common area this afternoon. Had dinner, visited some more, and now just relaxing in my room and getting ready for tomorrow. Unfortunately, tomorrow is supposed to be a rainy day, possibly turning to snow later on, but because it's going to be a cold, rainy day, talking with my instructor today, and sounds like we're most likely going to go to a mall tomorrow and do some training there in the morning, and then kind of see what the weather is doing in the afternoon, where we're going to head and do some more training later on. So yeah, I'll give you some updates tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Okay, so just a quick update. It is day 2, Tuesday. Just finished up with the morning session. So again, we met for breakfast at 7:30 this morning. Incredible service. Again, just every person here is so nice. They really do get to know you. They make notes about your preferences, what drink you want to have with each of your meals. If you need to customize the food menu from one meal to the next, they're just very, very attentive. And even on the standard menu, they have a number of options for different things. So yeah, had breakfast, start off the day, and then we met up in the front lounge area with sofas, chatted for a bit, and then we all got onto a bus and went to a local mall. Huge mall, really nice high-end stores. Worked with our trainers to go around and just work on orienting yourself in a new location, identifying your entry point into that mall, that building, whatever it is, trying to identify different features, different landmarks, noticing the difference in the sound to orient yourself in spaces. So like in a mall, as the ceiling heights change, as the corridor widths change, listening to those auditory differences, whether it be how the music over the sound system in the mall sounds, just the crowd noise, if there's something like a fountain that you can hear, the sound of the escalators, all that. I did try out a different cane tip today than I've ever used. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Have my cane sitting right here. So, in the past, I've always used the larger marshmallow tip on my canes. And then yesterday when we were walking around, I tried a flexible tip, which was great when you're hitting like joints in the sidewalk and everything. It didn't just jam the cane in and give you all that feedback into your arm. The tip would kind of break over. It's elastic mounted. So it would kind of break over whatever the joint is and then go back to its normal position. So today I was trying out the ceramic tip, which gives, on this vinyl flooring in here, can't really tell the sound, but on the solid polished concrete surfaces and everything in the mall, this makes not a loud sound, but definitely a distinctive sound when you're tapping, or even just with constant contact, moving it back and forth. It does give really good both tactile and auditory feedback. So I really did like this. And I did notice even when I came back here into the Leader Dogs building, on the hallway, they have some kind of subtle truncated domes, which when I was using that flexible tip on the cane yesterday, I was noticing you definitely didn't get that drastic tactile feedback on those truncated domes on that strip on the floor. But just now coming back to my room with the ceramic tip on my cane, definitely noticed it. So it's really been interesting getting to try out the different tips and seeing what they're like.
So yeah, just had a quick break, back in my room, got out of my coat. It is very cold this morning. So yeah, that's why we were doing some inside training today with the mall, and then we're about to go to lunch. And then after lunch, I know I'm heading to a grocery store. I think maybe one or two of the other people here this week are going to go to a grocery store as well. So we're going to continue some indoor training. And so yeah, looking forward to that because I don't like grocery stores. They do cause me a lot of anxiety. So yeah, it'll be fun to learn some tips and hopefully get over some of the things I don't like about grocery stores. So I will give y'all an update here in a little while. See you later. Just got back from the afternoon session of cane training. We went off to a local grocery store, a chain in the Midwest, Meijer grocery store. Great experience. Got to do quite a bit. So yeah, I have not liked going to grocery stores for many, many years. So that was something I wanted to work on this week. Definitely learned a few tactics today. My instructor introduced the Seeing AI app to me. I was blown away. That is really cool. I am looking forward to playing with that more, utilizing it both when I'm shopping and in my store when I'm helping customers. I can see this being a big game changer for me. So really excited to utilize it, become more comfortable with it, see what all it can do. So yeah, hopefully more to come on Seeing AI, but we did cart training in the grocery store, both putting the cane in the cart and pushing the cart as normal, but then also using the cane and pulling the cart behind you. And, located a few things in the store. Some of these are techniques I have used over the years, just figured out on my own. But then my instructor kind of built on some of that with me. So yes, awesome afternoon. Very exciting. Also, I was trying out a Bluetooth headset, which goes over the ear and contacts the bone, and so it's not an earbud or a traditional headphone set that blocks off your hearing. So great to allow you to still have conversations, listen to road noise, other sounds, which are very helpful when trying to navigate safely, travel through spaces, whether it be, again, crossing streets or listening for cues in a shopping mall or at the grocery store, wherever. So I'm fit testing the couple different sizes of that. I will be purchasing a pair, and then we'll probably be talking about those more. So yeah, it was a wonderful day too. And just unwinding now, taking care of a few things, and then meeting back with everybody for dinner. And really looking forward to what is next to come this week. Oh, and one other thing I learned today when we were at Meijer, my instructor introduced me to Sandy, the one penny pony, which is a coin-operated kids ride. That's a pretty cool idea. I really like that. Been wanting to try to find something like that, some fun coin-operated thing to incorporate at my store. So it's pretty cool seeing a retailer who has had success with something like that, making it fun for little kids, and giving a reward for them going on a shopping trip with their parents and getting to do something fun that builds great memories at the end. So that is going to keep me motivated to try to keep thinking of something fun to do at my store. So yeah, more to come. Okay, and now we are back with future Jeff, which is now present day Jeff. So it is day 3, Wednesday morning. Just finished up the morning session here. Started off once again with breakfast and then went into downtown Rochester to the Leader Dogs building there. And we did some more training at the busier intersections today. So started off by identifying the controlled intersections by listening. So not sighted, just purely listening to the traffic patterns, identifying the surges as the vehicles were starting in motion from a stop, to identify what the appropriate time was to do a street crossing. So just listen for a few minutes, identify the traffic patterns at each intersection, and then did a few crossings. It was very cold this morning. The temperature has been dropping as the day has gone on. There's no snow in the forecast. However, it did start flurries and sleeting. So yeah, it was kind of a cold morning. Back here at the school, having just a little bit of a break time before heading to lunch, and then we'll be heading out to do some rural training this afternoon. So back home, where the businesses don't have sidewalks around there, just narrow streets and ditches. So we're going to be doing some practicing in those types of situations this afternoon. So that should be good, since that's something that can be definitely nerve-wracking. But yeah, so again, this morning when we were working on some of those street crossings, working on cane placement, making sure to be as visible as possible to the drivers, and then identifying the safest direction and safest traffic pattern in which to cross. So yeah, really good skills, a lot of stuff that I've been doing for years. It's good to have the reassurance that the things that I was doing were correct, but also advancing those skills, taking it to the next level. So, even if you have been getting around independently for many years, coming to a program like this, going through a formal orientation and mobility program, is going to be really helpful. Also, if you have gone through a formal O&M training program many years in the past, it is good to do a refresher. Just like people who, if it's been 20, 30 years since you went through driver's ed, you may have developed some bad habits over the years. So it's always important to do continuing education, no matter what it is, just like with most people's jobs. So yeah, highly encourage you, if you've never done one before, or if it's been a long time, definitely look into an O&M program, and highly recommend the one here at Leader Dogs. All right, catch you soon.
Push forward, pull back. Good. Push forward, pull back. All right.
Okay.
These big feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Really have
Put
to
your
get
foot down.
here.
Okay.
Point your toe.
Okay.
Good job.
There we go.
Up forward
Yep.
and all the way. Good job.
Okay.
All the way forward and all the way back.
Oh, I messed up.
No. Let me get.
You can redo that one.
Okay.
Right away. All right. We're gonna fix this one.
Okay.
All right. You're in.
Okay.
All right, the other one.
So the other one, toe in.
Push it forward. Way forward.
Way
Okay,
forward.
Pull back. Good job.
Okay,
All
there we
right.
go. Success
Got
finally.
it.
You need to,
Yep, sanitizer.
you need to
Push it
grab
forward. Of course, all the attention they can get.
On the left over here, one is gonna be like right over the wall.
So these guys are here waiting. Get better pictures up here. We got some up close.
Look at this face. I know, baby doll.
These guys are waiting to be picked up. They'll be going home with a puppy raising family. That'll have them for the next 10, 12 months.
Oh my goodness.
So this is just kind of a waiting period. And as the puppy raisers are ready to come, they'll come and pick them up and take them home. And we'll talk about puppy raising later on. But they're only here for a short time. And we'll want to keep them stimulated, so we have toys and things that they play with. We have garage doors that raise up and good weather. We can take them outside in a fenced-in area to play. We have a feeding station right over the side here that folds out. It's a 2x2 section. So when it's time to feed the puppies, they have to sit down and show that they're ready to eat. And then we pick them up and put them in the little cubicle with their food, so that the aggressive one doesn't knock the shy one aside and eat all his food up. We're very careful about weighing the food, making sure each puppy gets the right amount of food. And we'll watch their weight very carefully. We make the harnesses, okay? We have a commercial sewing machine here to do the stitching. We do the lettering. We've got a stamp machine over here. We've got lots of posts where they can pound and put the rivets in. And they put these harnesses all together. And they do about 250 of them a year. Again, this is all free labor. One of the things about Leader Dog is about 400 of us here that are volunteers. We outnumber the staff about 2 to 1. The paid staff, the volunteers about twice as many. And that really helps to make things run smoothly. And the volunteers, we're all top notch. And if we don't do our job, in order to volunteer, you have to pass an FBI inspection so they know that we're clean. So all the volunteers that work here are very, very, very good. And they know, most of us know what we're doing, some of us don't. Yes?
You also have to be committed for 6 months. Oh, no, I was just saying.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
6 months?
6 months at a time. Brad also let me look at one.
I promise not to lock you in. I've been known to do that in the past. That's why it's called a Canine Development Center. Fresh air.
So does the female have the litter here, or do they have the litter at the house?
At the home.
The home?
Yeah, the homebred. And they stay 6 weeks with the mom before they come up. Each team has 2 trainers, and they take half the dogs downtown in the morning to train and bring them back, and then the other half go down in the afternoon and train. And here's the dogs' names. An MYL is a male yellow lab. An MBL is a male black lab. Male, where's golden? Male yellow lab golden. Now they're barking because they think it's dinner time. And that's not the only time you hear them bark is when they have people coming, distracting them and thinking it's time for dinner. And it's
Oh, I was gonna say.
She's carrying the puppy up to the window. Oh. I got pictures too, Bob, so I can send you the ones that I got too.
So you're here for
Just the week on the 12th.
Oh, YouTube, this is going all over you.
There's somebody here for the vet right now. Yeah, but we're here. We get half of our practicum, so we're here for 30 hours. So we got here on 17th.
This is so different than a family pet.
Yeah.
And veterinarian. I know. I wasn't this way. He's so careful.
Yeah.
You get any good ones? You didn't even move?
I did, no.
Man, I'm jealous of her. She's picking up. I'm okay. I can see. Oh, it's so cute. I would carry it. I know. We just want us to snuggle it. Oh, how sweet.
Good morning. So it is day 4, Thursday. Just got back from a very quick morning. After breakfast, 2 groups of us, so 2 clients and mobility instructors and the grad students that are partnered up with these 2 groups, drove up to Royal Oak, and we practiced in a different environment. This was a downtown area as well. The street crossings, the intersections varied quite a bit. We did encounter some construction in the area. So it was a more what's typical of a lot of downtown areas. So that was really good. So we did more practice of analyzing what type of intersections we were dealing with, and then making decisions on when to cross safely. It has been snowing this morning, so we were dealing with some areas walking through uncleared sidewalks with snow, some that have been perfectly cleared, a lot of slush, had a lot of street noise from the vehicles driving through the slushy streets. So yeah, it was a really good morning. Came back, now quickly going to lunch, and then have a client services meeting right after lunch to talk about, for those who are interested in getting a guide dog. So we'll be meeting with them and starting that process with leader dogs. And let's see, what are we supposed to be doing this afternoon? I don't know if it was totally nailed down yet what we're doing, but at 1 o'clock we'll be headed out to do some more training. And then I know after dinner we're doing a nighttime walk today. So this can be a busy, long day. But again, really exciting, having a great time. So yeah, I'll give y'all an update soon. See ya. Okay, so we are in downtown Royal Oak and walking past a restaurant here. These little igloos are kind of a remnant from COVID, from social distancing, but they have stayed around. They're popular in the wintertime, that's what I was told. Kind of cool. So, gonna continue on with our walk. Okay, it's a few hours later. It's Thursday evening now. Got back from a busy afternoon. We went to downtown Rochester again and did some destination drop-offs. So the instructors took us in one of the leader dog minivans and dropped us off at a random location, and we had to find our way back to the downtown office of leader dogs. So they took myself and one other client to a location that we had not been before and just dropped us off there. It was nearby where we've been doing training all week. It was a couple blocks further to the east than we have been. But the east-west street was one that we have been training on. So we were dropped off there, had to find our way back. So the interesting thing, the client that I was dropped off with, we have kind of opposite vision loss. So with me, I have Stargardt's, and so I have lost my vision from the middle outwards. So I have no detail vision. The other client has retinitis pigmentosa, or RP, And so she has lost her vision from the outside inwards. So has just kind of a pinhole of vision. She has wonderful acuity within that. I have a full field of vision, but cannot make anything out in the middle of it. So we work together, and first, she's able to see street signs when she can locate them. I cannot read the street signs. So she was able to tell that we were dropped off right near, I think it was 3rd Avenue. And so we didn't know which direction, whether we needed to go to the east or the west. But we kind of analyzed the terrain and felt like going uphill was going to take us towards Main Street, which is the furthest to the east that we had been before. So we started heading that direction, walked a couple blocks. As we got closer, we could hear the road noise, and realized that we were headed towards Main Street and the downtown area. And from there, we were able to continue a couple more blocks to the west and half a block to the north and get to the leader dog office. We did that pretty quickly, and so they took us again and dropped us off at another location. And again, we worked together, and we were doing that quickly. Before we got back to the office, the instructor pulled up in front of us as we were getting ready to cross one of the streets and told us to get in and took us to another place. So that was pretty fun. We did 3 destination drop-offs, and we were successful with all 3. So next, we got to do the Juno exercise. Juno is the name for an imaginary guide dog. So we started out with the instructor going through explaining the harness, the components of the harness, the leash, all that, and then the basic commands. So we went and did this in the block around the office area, so where we were familiar with, and the instructor pulled us along just like a dog would. And the guide dogs are trained to take you from curb to curb. So they would lead us up to the next curb, and then we would give the command right or left to then head back onto the sidewalk in the direction we wanted, forward, and just did a simple route. But it was pretty fun. Really enjoy, this is my second opportunity getting to do the Juno exercise with an instructor. And then for those of us who are interested in getting a guide dog, tomorrow morning we will have the opportunity to work with one of the dog trainers to actually be led by a dog. So cannot wait to do that tomorrow. But tonight, after dinner here in a few minutes, we will be headed back to downtown Rochester, and we'll be doing some in the dark training. And it should be pretty cool too, because today is January 11th, but downtown Rochester is still lit up with all their holiday lights, all the shops and restaurants and everything down there. So should be really pretty. Hopefully I can get a couple clips of that to share. But yeah, this will be our first time this week doing some nighttime training. And that is something that is difficult for me. With the glare, obviously in dark areas that are not well lit, it is hard for me to distinguish things. But then also if I am approaching an area that has bright lights, it can really kind of be overpowering and make it just kind of the light can wash things out. So it'll be fun to do some of that training and hear the tips that the instructors have for me. So yeah, I will give you an update once I get back from that. See you soon. And I am back from the nighttime walk. Hope you enjoyed the footage from that. Had a great time. Everything went really well. It really was beautiful down there. So cool when downtown areas do stuff like that, light up all the buildings. So come and visit downtown Rochester, Michigan sometime in the winter. It is really cool getting to see that. But yeah, great walk. Really cool at the end of the week here to utilize so many of the skills that we learned and be able to walk competently, traveling by myself, especially with all sorts of traffic conditions, whether it be low traffic, having to analyze crossings on dark streets, and pay attention to traffic and decide when to cross, methods for making yourself visible to the vehicles out there, and then getting into the busier streets, Main Street, and all the cross streets along it, interacting with pedestrians, everybody. I did not have some of the nerves that I have had in the past. So it's been a wonderful week. Really enjoyed it. It was great to have things culminate this evening with that nighttime walk. And super excited about the last day tomorrow. Wish it wasn't the last day. This has been such a great week. I wish this program would be longer, but a week is plenty for O&M. It's been great, and there will be support after this week ends. But yeah, super excited about getting to walk with a dog in downtown Rochester tomorrow morning. So I'll try to get you some clips from that. All right, see you soon. Hey everyone, so things just wrapped up around here for the week. It was another busy morning, fun morning. I'm going to put some clips in here of the walk with the dog I got to do this morning. I got to meet and then harness and walk with a dog named Finn. Finn is a very good boy. He is about 3 months into his guide dog training, still has about a month to go. Find the curb. So this morning, I was led through that by one of the instructors here named Tommy. Tommy was working as one of the O&M instructors this week, but he is also one of the guide dog instructors. It was so much fun. I have done the Juno exercise twice now, once before coming here and then once this week when we did that yesterday. But this was my first time ever walking with a guide dog. It felt so different. There are people go through the pros and cons of canes versus dogs. And we can get into that another time. Dogs are not for everybody. Guide dogs are not for everybody. For some people, it can slow them down because there are some additional things that take place with a guide dog because they are trained to guide you from curb to curb. So if you're making a turn, you actually pass up that turn, they lead you to the curb, and then you tell them to turn right or left. So then you take a few steps back and go on your way. But I really, really enjoyed it. Where the dogs are super helpful is in avoiding obstacles. So in downtown areas with sidewalks where there's landscaping, trees, planters, signs in front of restaurants and stores, seating areas, the dogs are wonderful at helping to avoid those things. So somebody like me who doesn't have their center vision anymore, when I am looking straight ahead, I can miss out on those things, especially at nighttime. So yeah, walking with a dog was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. We walked for about 15 minutes and, of course this was in downtown Rochester again. Had a great time. So glad I had that opportunity to do that. I got back here, had some time to go back to our rooms again and get changed, get ready for the end of the week luncheon. The luncheon was phenomenal. I was fortunate to be seated at a table next to the new president and CEO of Leader Dogs, Melissa Weiss. She was fantastic, wonderful conversation with her and the others at our table. It's been a fabulous week. Definitely emotional. Can't believe it is coming to an end now. Unfortunately, several of my classmates left early because there was a big storm heading in. So all the people who live here in Michigan decided to get their rides here early and leave a little early ahead of the snowstorm coming in. There are two of us who will be staying until tomorrow morning when we head to the airport to fly out. Just wanted to try and wrap things up with y'all and let you know how today went. Fabulous experience. Highly encourage those of you out there who have never done something like this. Look into the orientation and mobility program here at Leader Dogs for the Blind. Wonderful organization, top-notch, beautiful facilities. The food here was amazing all week. Everything is made fresh, from scratch. Our final meal here today, it was like going to a nice restaurant. We had an incredible salad with so much going on with it. The entree, we had a spare rib fillet with a sauce over it, asparagus, and mashed potatoes, all laid out very nicely on the plate. The dessert was, again, a made from scratch cheesecake that was just so creamy and delicious. It was amazing. So yes, whether, if you find another O&M program, definitely look into it. If it's anything like this, you can get so much from the program. Here I am a little over 25 years ago that I was diagnosed as being legally blind, and I've never had the opportunity to do something like this. Yeah, this was a game changer for me. I met so many wonderful people. The support that I'll have for years to come is incredible. Oh, and so we received this great pen. This was given to us at our place setting at the luncheon today. So a very nice token from them. Tommy was the MC at the luncheon, did a fabulous job. And my instructor all week, Leslie, who has been with the organization over 10 years. She is actually in their marketing department now. But she stepped in this week to fill in for the O&M instructor who was assigned to me, and we had a blast. We really did. You're going to see her, or you have seen her in some of the clips that I posted. Thank you so much to her, and I will try to post a link to her podcast. She's a co-host on the podcast that Leader Dogs for the Blind has been doing for 2 years now. They just started their 3rd year of it. So go check them out. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and post those down below. I know this is not like the normal content I post on here, but just wanted to give people out there an insight into my life, what I have going on. Hopefully I can help more of you out there. Please share this with people that you think may benefit from this. And go ahead and, give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel here. And even though this isn't the norm for the content I put out there, I will, from time to time, be sharing videos like this. So please subscribe and follow me. All right. See you later. Okay, it's Friday afternoon and it is snowing like crazy out here. So just want to get out